Hello everyone, MFPallytime here. Welcome back to Pokémon Unite. You guys asked for it, and I am here to deliver. Thank you so much for the warm reception on our first Spotlight video. We are on day 5 of the game being released. I started playing on day 2, and I've learned quite a lot in my time. You could say that I've been doing pretty well in my matches, to say the very least. Snorlax is still my most played character, and that's who I'm going to play again today. But I wanted to share a few of my strategies that I've had that have really been leading to some pretty good success. 74% win rate after 27 matches is pretty good. I don't think anyone's going to deny that, right? If we open up the options menu and go to the battle prep section, we can look at the held items for our character. I'm using a Shell Bell at level 10, a Float Stone at level 10, and Leftovers at level 10. What do these do? These give you passive bonuses for your character, and you can also level these up from level 1 to 20 to gain some benefits. This is where everyone has been talking about this game being pay to win because you can buy bonuses to skip the leveling up system, but after 3 days, I feel like I'm leveling up just fine, and I'm clearly not having any issues winning. Just putting that out there. Take it however you want, okay? You walk away however you want to with that information, all right? The Shell Bell is giving us a special attack increase and lowering our cooldown. The Float Stone is giving us a movement speed increase as well as slightly increasing our attack. And the Leftovers are giving us HP and HP recovery. All right. Whatever I said about my win rate in my intro, that was over an hour and a half ago. I couldn't sleep. I got up at about 6 in the morning, and it is on a Sunday. But every single game, every single one, has had someone either leave the game, disconnect, or go AFK. Incredible. The consistency across the board, match to match to match. Hopefully we can get a good one of these. I just want to put out a video for you guys. That's all I want to do. Oh my goodness. All right, so as we lock in Snorlax, we're going to go to the battle planner, the battle prep screen, and I'm going to choose the central area for my path. I actually think Snorlax is a phenomenal jungler, even though it's not his default recommended path. His clear speed is much faster than that of, say, a Gengar, who is by default assigned to the central area. So I'm going to let my team know whether or not they read anything I said. You know, it's kind of up to them. We're also going to try out the Slow Smoke in today's match. Creates a cloud of smoke that greatly decreases the movement speed of opposing Pokemon for a short time. Snorlax has some really good crowd control, so if I can double that with even more free crowd control, that might be very good. The enemy team has a few heavy hitters. Zeraora, or as I like to call him, Yellow Cat, does a ton of damage if left unchecked. Pikachu can poke you down pretty quick. And Soccer Bunny over on the right-hand side, Cinderace, can hit very hard as well. So we'll keep that in mind as we are playing. And 10 minutes added to the clock. And here we go. We're going to lock in Tackle at level 1. This is our right bumper ability. And as you can see, it hits pretty hard. This is what gives Snorlax a lot of his clear speed, especially in the early game. This is the path that I pretty much follow every single time I enter the jungle, and it works really well. The enemy that we're killing right now has a buff that he can give us. This buff allows us to execute neutral Pokemon when they are low on health. So we already have a pretty decent clear speed, and it's only going to get better from here. Now, I understand that this game is bringing a lot of new people into the MOBA genre that maybe haven't played it before. It's also on, consoles, which is a very new idea as well. As far as I know, I can't think of any other MOBAs that are on maybe Smite. Did Smite ever make it to consoles? Did that ever happen? So I'm trying to be understanding with my teams when, things don't always go my way. It seems like top is going pretty well. The enemy team does only have one member down here. And I still have my neutral buff, so I'm just going to dip in, try to turn in as the enemy completely walked away and abandoned his post. Hey, let's take a look at the enemy team's jungle and see what we could see. It looks like someone is clearing this. At 8 minutes and 45 seconds, these neutral enemies in the very middle of the map start to pop up. I like to clear through this just before my buff falls off and get a few extra balls to deposit. Heavy Slam is now online. This is one of our main abilities that we're going to be using to initiate for our team. Speaking of our team, not moving up here, that's okay. I could solo this guy no problem and maybe sneak a turn in behind this guy's back as well. Yes, we can. We are being chased right now, but one stun into a jump pad should allow us to get away. And it looks like we actually made an opening for our Charmeleon to turn in up top as well. Bulbasaur for the friendly team did take my blue buff. You want to leave that for the jungler if at all possible. And if someone decides, you know, if they state they want to go to the central area, especially at the beginning of the match, this is really important. You don't want to take any farm away from that target. If I do the path that I showed you at the beginning of this video and then immediately go to lane, I'll be level 5 while the enemy team is still like level 3. It is insane the amount of momentum you can get early on, especially with a clear speed as fast as Snorlax's. Great rotation from our yellow cat coming up to help me there. I'd certainly appreciate that. Bees are up in the middle here. Do we take that or do we just turn in? I have 10 and it's totally open, so I think we take it. Notice the level discrepancy here between me and the guy that was in lane. I'm pretty sure their box crab was the one juggling on their team. I'm gonna go ahead and pick up the wall, try to make a little bit of space for our teammate to get away, but unfortunately I was not able to do so. The enemy team has 4 members down here. I'm going to start to ping that I need backup, although it does look like some of them are rotating away. Now, Snorlax can defend this relatively well if left to his own devices, just because of the amount of CC that he has. Speaking of which, let's go in, drop the smoke as well as our teammate is getting back to lane with us. Now that Soccer Bunny is trying to run away, we put up the wall. You shall not pass. Now, unfortunately, I only have 3 balls to turn in, but now would be a good time if we had more. I'm going to head back to my jungle now because we want to always be farming XP if at all possible. Lanes seem relatively okay, although top is seeing some action at the moment. If you're wondering where my eyes are at any given time, it's pretty much glued to the minimap the entire game. The minimap is really prominent in this game. You can make it even bigger if you want to. You should always be looking at this. Top lane is getting pushed in right now. I'm 1 level away from having my ultimate ability. I was hoping I could farm for that, but it looks like we need to move. Not sure what Bulbasaur is doing in the jungle right now, but oh no, are you slowed on the road? Oh, not slowed enough apparently. Pikachu able to sneak a turn in while I was distracted with the cat. We're gonna block him and keep him in range of Charmander and hopefully take him down. Beautiful. Nicely done. Nicely done. There's one more person in lane behind us. It's the enemy team's Bulbasaur. What's going on with these plants today? And it looks like this has been cleared up. So now we have our ultimate ability. This allows us to fall to the ground and take a quick cat nap. And while we are sleeping, regain a massive portion of our HP. It does look as though the enemy team's box crab has taken down our Zeraora. Is that his name? I like giving things nicknames, but I know that's not for everybody. But come on, box crab is a pretty cute name. You can't be too upset about that. The enemy team leaving bottom completely open, so we're going to move in and just try to take that over right away. Also, we might be able to steal this from the enemy team's Bulbasaur. He does take it, but we're going to push him back into the corner. Notice the level lead that I have on him. We're going to try to maintain it. The smoke cloud being used as well to slow him in his tracks. Every 3rd auto attack on most Pokemon does increase damage, so that's why you see the difference in animation there. If you're ever like about to kill someone but you haven't seen your special animation, I would recommend just continuing to attack because the damage bonus is actually pretty considerable. The enemy team Soccer Bunny is starting to move down the lane. There's a lot going on in the other direction and I'm trying to keep him away from it, hoping my team would be able to kind of rally over there, but it looks like that was not the case. We're going to ult here, dealing damage to this enemy team. We can roll over as well, finishing off the enemy team's Cinderace, and now we're we're just going to back up. Pikachu is ulting, dealing a lot of damage to me, but hopefully, yes, the team is rallying behind me and we should be okay. We can re-engage with Heavy Slam, knocking Bulbasaur into the air. I know he's evolved. Do I really have to call them their evolved name throughout the course of the match? It's bad enough I have to remember one name. Now I have to remember 3? The enemy team's Yellow Cat does get taken down, leaving this neutral camp ripe for the taking. Now, if this guy pushes into the lane and is able to get to the hoop, it's going to allow our team to instantly deposit into that hoop. So I'm going to try to help him push to the best of my ability. Now, I don't know if the best way of doing that is just to try to remove the enemy from the path. I've done that before, and it seems like it works relatively well. But there's also instances where the Pokemon just kind of stops mid lane. It's like, hey, what's going on here? So now that that's been taken over, we get an instant cap. We don't have to channel. So that's 50 balls in the receptacle. Nice and easy. If we can catch back up to Pikachu, I'm going to hit him with the slowing smoke. He's probably in range now. Beautiful. And we're going to follow that up with a Heavy Slam. Hopefully Ninetales engaging here as well. Yes, she is. The map is looking pretty open for our team. The enemy team not getting quite as much ground here. We do see our friendly Venusaur being taken down pretty quickly. I'm going to put up the wall. If these guys want to continue to engage me, they'd have to walk into that. I'm going to call for backup and see if anyone comes towards me. I'm actually baiting here. I'm totally fine. Now that they're coming in, we're going to drop our ults, heal through any damage that might happen, and hope that Charizard is able to take down this team. Because he's getting low, I was trying to go for the block on Cinderace, but not quite able to do so. Oh, and I lose this trade 100%. I lose this trade 100%. I'm going to go back to the base. Zapdos has spawned. This gives instant turn-ins like the Pokemon we took up top, but for the entire map for whichever team is able to take him. This is usually a big point of contention on this map, and as you can see, the enemy team is fighting. General rule of thumb that I try to follow, I did not follow it in this game, is at about the 3-minute mark, I really make sure that I'm saving my ultimate ability, my Unite ability, because I want to make sure that if we are contesting this, I'm able to contest it at full power. But it looks like we're able to clear the enemy team out, and now we have instant turn-ins. And of course, at the 2-minute mark and below, anything that we turn in is going to be worth extra. Lots of damage coming out here. I'm going to put up the wall, try to keep them at bay. All I need to do is tap this. If I hit the button, it's worth it. It's worth. Come on, there it is. All is well. All is well. Imagine that, a game going well when everyone stays in the game. Who could have possibly seen this coming? I'm not even kidding. I think it was 7 matches in a row where not only my team, but the enemy team just had someone that just gave up in the first second. They were like, all right, well, I queued for this 10-minute round, but I guess I'm just going to stand in this well and not do anything. I was actually getting tilted. I cannot believe I was getting tilted in a MOBA with 10-minute matches. I cannot believe I was letting that affect me. But here we are. So this is the strategy that I've been using a lot for Snorlax. Again, his default lane that they suggest is not the jungle, but as you can see, he has so much crowd control and self-healing as well as clear speed in the early game that I think it makes a lot of sense to at least try it out. Now, this is the 5th day of the game's release. I did not play in the beta. I don't know what the ins and outs of the meta are, but this has been working really, really well for me, and I just wanted to share it. We deposited 216 balls, got 12 kills, 8 assists, and we got a score of 91, making us the MVP for our team. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to hit the thumbs up button. And next time, if there is a next time, if you want there to be a next time, we'll take a look at a different character other than Snorlax. He's just my favorite. What can I say?